Okay, we are live in Tampa, Florida. Hello, everybody, and thanks for tuning in. This is the first time I've done one of these live streams in quite a bit. The last time I did this was probably over a month ago. Since then, I broke my laptop, which is why I haven't been able to stream. But today, I picked up a new laptop. It's a little like $200 little cheap guy. But now I can stream again. So if you're unfamiliar, you know, I pretty much lift weights like through my workout. If any of you guys want to chat or talk, feel free to, and we can engage. If you have any questions related to strength training or anything like that. I'm going to go inside real quick, and I'll be right back. Okay, and I'm back. So today we're going to do a leg day and hit some Jefferson deadlifts. I'm working on a program right now, so I'm kind of in the experimental phase. I haven't written out. I think I found a really good program for strength progression. So once I'm 100% confident with it, I will release it to you guys that are subscribed on Patreon and Subscribestar. But yeah, so let's get into it. So I'm going to start warming up, ramp it up with some Jefferson deadlifts. Let's see how I look. Can you see me? All right, I guess that works. Move the barbell over a little bit. Like that. Move the log out of the way. All right, there we go. Got a good angle now. All right, we'll start warming up. So Jefferson deadlift, I just did a video on this. This is a sort of a multi-planar deadlift. The main reason why I'm doing this is just to kind of do something different, kind of work out some imbalances, but then also I've been really focused on my raw grip lately. So we're going to see how heavy I can get. We'll warm up first. Let's take these bumper plates off. I'll throw some 45s on. Really freaking hot. May end up having to go topless. Actually, I'm just going to. I don't want to be disgusting when my client gets here. So, Naked. It is ridiculously hot right now. Oh yeah, 29 degrees. No, it's 95 degrees. Hot as shit. Damn Florida humidity. All right. Let's set 135. All right. Whew. So like I said, I'm working a new program right now. I'm in the experimental phase. Basically, finding the balance between volume and intensity right now. And I think I may have found it. So anytime I write a program, I always do experiments first to make sure it's valid before I put it out. Even if the math checks out, even if it looks good, I can't endorse it unless I've actually done it myself. So, but yeah, once I'm confident with this, I'll have it written up and I will post it to Patreon and Subscribestar. All right, I'm still ramping up right now. Got a ways to go. I'm gonna try basically try to get over 400 pounds, and we're gonna drop off. I think I'm doing triples today. Yes. Doing heavy triples. I don't even know if there's a point to taking my shirt off. I think it's going to be disgusting either way. Whew. All right. So we're still doing beltless, no chalk. So on this next set, we'll belt up. And grip and rip. Okay. 315. Should be easy. Easy weight. So like I said at the beginning of the stream, the reason why I haven't been doing these streams, I used to do these all the time. The reason why I haven't is because my laptop bricked. So I ended up buying a new desktop, which is mostly what I've been using. And today I went out and got sort of a burner laptop. So these will start being a regular thing again. I know it's, what is it, Monday at 3:30 in the afternoon. Probably not going to get a ton of people today. Hello there, Sun Bear. How you doing? Sun Bear Glasscraft is my one and only, my significant girlfriend. I don't know, whatever. She's my girlfriend. All right, doing pretty good so far with raw beltless. I'm gonna throw on the belt now. You can see my muffin top. See, I swear there's abs there. Put the belt on, it gets squishy. It's not the most aesthetic. All right, got a nice tight belt on. Chalk up. Thank you, Sister Rachel. If you're watching or if you watch the replay, I really appreciate it. I love this thing. Very nice birthday gift. Sun Bear, yeah. So Sun Bear, the girlfriend, makes stained glass for a living. And on her YouTube channel, she does like stained glass tutorials and stuff like that. So follow her if that's something that interests you. All right. Come on. Stop there. All right, 315. Not too bad. Let's go a little higher. Let's go up to 405. The goal is to get up to 455. Pull that raw. Then we're going to drop back and do some triples. So, yeah, I'm really liking this program so far. It's really a combination of everything I love. I've sort of mixed a strength progression with sort of a Bulgarian style ramp up with AMRAPs at the very end. So by the time we get to the end of it, it should all make sense. But I found like this is a good way to get a decent amount of intensity every session, as well as enough volume. So, like I said, the program will be public once I'm more confident with it, once I've experimented with it. But I'm pretty sure it's at the sweet spot right now. The last few sessions I've had have felt fantastic. So far so good. All right, 405 Jefferson. So there's a lot of weight here. I know I'm not Eric Bugenhagen, but I'm doing my best. So I'm going to go for a single here. I'm going to hit it. Once I hit it, I'm going to hit my 1 rep minimum. If you're familiar with Bulgarian style training, this is how every session starts. So I've dialed in my 1 rep min at 455. So after I hit this, we're going to hit that. And then we'll drop off and hit some sets for volume. All right, easy weight, nice and light. Nice. Ooh. All right, take the belt off for a second. My nasty, sweat-encrusted, bloody belt. I always feel like I need to stretch my chest a little extra with Jefferson Deadlifts. Because when I go heavier, I tend to feel a little strain at the pec insertion. Press a little bit. All right. 455. Oh God. It's one of those days in Florida. Where you can feel your organs boiling. Hot. All right, let's get 455. Going to do it just for a single. Get it nice and tight. That's what I mean by it's not aesthetic. Look at that. It's gross. All right. Getting the gym a little messy today. That's okay. I just have one more person coming in at 6. So I have plenty of time. So it looks like I don't know, somebody partied hard in here. It's freaking chalk all over the place. All right. All right, should be easy. Nice and light. Just 455, 1 rep minimum. No problem. Easy weight. Just 455. It's nice and light. It's nothing crazy. You got it. Come on. All right. Okay. So we're going to ramp back down. Do some working sets. So it's 455. Hit triples. So 455. So 10, 20, 40, 45. Minus 45. Doing little percentages in my head here. Okay, so we'll probably should have written this out before I even came in here. All right, take this guy off. All right, got 315. It's a little too light. 215. Should just have my phone with me. Go 365. And put a little more on. Do 385. All right, so I ramped up to 455. Now we're going to do some drop-off sets. 385. We just got to put it in our handy-dandy workout log. So we did 455 for a single. Now we're doing 385 for sets of 3. We're going to do some triples. And we're going to take 20% off and do some AMRAPs. So that'll be about 60, take about 75 pounds off. Oh, cool. So we'll AMRAP with 315. It's a nice clean number there. All right. If you don't know what an AMRAP is, that stands for as many reps as possible. Very popular tactic in strength progression, using AMRAP sets. So these are powerlifting AMRAPs, not to be confused with CrossFit AMRAPs. Those are two very different things. One is using percentages and numbers and science to progress. And the other one is just basically making shit up on the fly. Unless you're a good CrossFit coach. I'm sure there's a few out there. All right, let's get 3. Easy. Lightweight. Nice and easy. Here we go. Come on. No bounce. Reset. Yes. Sorry about the volume. Don't be wearing headphones. All right. This is one of my favorite little pieces of gym equipment here. When I did the video the other last week on like stuff that I have in the gym, I wanted to talk about this, but it seemed like too insignificant. But basically, it's a thermometer. Yeah, it's 93, not 39. I wish it was 39. Then it's a clock, and it's also a timer. I have it to default to 3 minutes, which you can't really see, but because 3 to 5 minutes is optimal rest between strength sets, right? So if I keep that thing set on 3 minutes, then, you know, as soon as it goes off, I'm ready to go. I got a 2-minute window. So theoretically, if we have people talking in chat, this would be the time to sort of convene and talk. But I know it's my fault. I'm live streaming on a freaking Monday at 3:30. I'm sure everybody's at work except for people watching. So basically what I'm doing right now, since there's really nothing going on, I mean, there's no competitions, there's not going to be any strongman or powerlifting meets anytime soon. So right now I'm just basically training as if I'm doing a competition, and I might even have a day where I kind of go for 1 rep maxes, like competition style. Maybe invite a few friends over and do that. But yeah, it sucks. There's nothing to compete in. I did want to do strength camp this year, but it's all good. So basically, I'm training as if there's a competition coming up, but obviously nothing's coming up. So I'm just basically trying to get stronger. I do have a lot of confidence in this routine, though. I think you guys are going to really like it once I put it out. Pretty much combining the UPS man, it's my boy. I'm out here all the time, so everybody in the neighborhood knows me. But yeah, so this is like combining Bulgarian style ramp ups with, you know, sort of, you know, strength sets, and then kind of finishing off with an AMRAP. So far, it's been doing me really good. Been getting very good results. The volume is perfect. It's very manageable. That's really what I'm trying to do right now with this experimental phase, is kind of find my MRV, right? So if you're familiar with strength training terms and stuff like that, MRV stands for maximum recoverable volume, right? So if you go, you know, really hard deadlift session or whatever, and you go way over what your body's capable of, you know, you go over your MRV, in other words, that's when you feel beat up and sore for the next like 2 or 3 days, right? So anytime you're training, you got to find that sweet spot. Everybody has sort of a subjective MRV, a subjective amount of volume that they can recover from. And like I said, I think with this program, I found a sweet spot. It's a good blend of intensity and volume. So we'll see. We'll see if you guys like it. But of course, I'm not going to publish it. If I don't see any growth, if I don't see any of my lifts go up, I'm just going to chuck it and then start over. Just do a new program. But I'm very confident that I will. All right. Another set of 3, 385. Okay, Stay tight. Oh, yeah. All right. So we've got 2 more of those, 2 more sets of triples. Set my handy dandy timer. It's like I was showing off earlier. This thing like does the temperature, shows the time, and it can be used as a timer. So I have it defaulted to 3 minutes, since that's the minimum amount of rest that you want in between max effort strength sets or sub-maximal strength sets, either one. So, yeah, 3 minutes rest. Essential if you want to get that weight. So we'll hit 2 more sets of triples with 385. Then we're going to back off to 315. But yeah, MRV is extremely important. If you're training and you're beating yourself up and you're feeling sore for days, you have a hard time getting out of bed or standing up, out of your chair or whatever, that's too much. You shouldn't be training that hard. You're just not going to make progress. It might feel good, you might like the pain, you might be a masochist, but you won't make progress by going to failure all the time. It just doesn't work that way. Strength is gained in sub-maximal progression, not by maxing out. There's a lot of, I don't know why this myth even exists too. I mean, maxing out does have its place. It's not like there's absolutely no use for it whatsoever. You just don't want to make a habit out of doing it all the time. I have a couple of trainees that are a little overzealous. They want to max out a whole bunch, and they don't understand why I'm always cutting them off too early in their sets or whatever. Because they got that like bro mentality of, I need to go in the gym and bench press to failure and curl to failure and do this to failure, not to failure. Like, no. All you're doing is burning out your nervous system, which is going to make growth that much more difficult. So, you guys tuning in that are new, thanks for joining. This is something that I used to do pretty regularly on this channel. But as some of you may know, a couple months ago I lost my laptop. It bricked on me, so I got this little replacement laptop. Did some stress tests on it. Feels like it's still holding a pretty good temperature, so expect a lot more live streams. I know it's a weird time. It's Monday at freaking 4 o'clock, but I'll be up this weekend. It's my timer. I will be up this weekend though, so. And we're going to make it a regular thing. It's probably going to be a Saturday, consistent thing every Saturday. We're gonna do live streams in the gym. We're going to do a workout. We'll do Q&A, hang out, whatever, Have me on the second screen while you play Skyrim. I mean, whatever you want to do. But if you want any questions, any advice, you can drop it in the chat. I'm here. All right. That was free. Come on. Yeah. All right. Whew. Hot as shit. Got that acetone taste in my mouth right now. Like I'm in ketosis. But I'm not. Definitely not. Whew. Personally, I don't even really like the keto diet for myself. Would I recommend it to other people? Yes, absolutely. There's some people that it works very well for. Really, the best thing about keto is appetite regulation, because you have your meals spread out. Or I mean, no, not appetite regulation. Not that your meals are spread out, just the fact that you're not ingesting carbs, so it's not messing with your hormones a whole bunch throughout the day. So it works for some people. I personally just hate keto. It doesn't work for me. I mean, I'll use it when I'm cutting for competition, not even in a regular cut. Like if I'm trying to cut water retention, I'll do a keto diet for like a week or so. But overall, I don't. Now, Sunbear in the chat, my girlfriend, she lost a lot of weight doing keto. So it all depends on the person. If you have a problem with controlling yourself, if you have a problem with getting the right amount of calories, you overeat a lot, you binge eat, I mean, keto could be a good option for you. You know, check with your doctor first though, because there's a few medical conditions where if you try keto, it will jack you up. So, for example, if you have like Crohn's disease, one of the diabetes, I think it's type 1. I think it's type 1. If you're type 1 diabetic, keto can be deadly. So, I could be wrong there. It could be type 2. I don't remember. But either way, I don't recommend it for people with diabetes in general. But yeah, actually, I'm going to do an example day of eating. I've had a few people on my channel ask me to do one. So I have that kind of planned. I have a few video topics that are kind of neat that I'm excited to start working on. But yeah, like I said, now that I got the computer up, we got the rig back where it was. I'm going to start doing these live streams pretty regularly again, like I was doing before my laptop broke. So do these like Q&A, Hangout, workout streams, probably every Saturday. I'll put something out in the YouTube, whatever it is, the YouTube tweets, whatever the hell, the bulletin board messages, whatever the hell they are. I'll try to let you guys know ahead of time. Unfortunately, if you're following me on Facebook or Instagram, I have not been updating those. My Facebook got hacked into, and somebody posted a bunch of stuff that got me banned. So really all I have to do is verify my account to get it back. I just haven't done it. I put it off. I put it off because I don't like Facebook. I don't like it. It just makes me mad. Facebook, Twitter, all it does is piss me off. I'm sure it pisses you off too. If you go there pretty regularly, you're probably going there just to get pissed off. That's why a lot of people look at the news in general. And I hope I didn't get demonetized for saying that. Actually, I just did a test stream where my test stream got demonetized. I have no idea what I said, but you know, it was kind of silly. All right, last set of 3. Come on, bounce. Got it. Yes! All right. Woo, all right. So now we're going to do an AMRAP set with 315. I'm going to try to get as many reps as I can. Back the weight off a little bit. So that's 385. So what's everyone else doing for gym? You guys making it? I don't even know if gyms are open here. It's been forever since I've been to an actual gym outside of mine. Whew. All right, so we got 315. Gonna make sure we rest, and then start doing some accessory work. Take some notes. So we did our 455. We did our triples with 385. We're doing 315. Need to hit my legs. Something else. Do some single leg squat. Single leg squat, one of my favorites. Another exercise that I did a tutorial video on. Single leg squat has been essential at keeping me healthy, at preventing injury, preventing any kind of tweaks, pains. The unilateral work has gone a really long way in helping me out, which is why I program so much unilateral work into my programs. Look at my 5x5, the free 5x5 that's up on the website. You know, there's a ton of unilateral training in there, which a lot of strength junkies might kind of frown at. But for me, it's about longevity. It's not so much about being the strongest person in the world. It's about just being healthy, training healthy, finding a middle ground. You know, I'm not trying to deadlift 1,000 pounds. Would it kick ass? Yes, I would love to deadlift 1,000 pounds, but I don't want to break my body on the way to getting there. So I never could anyway. Not with my frame, too small. I'm only 5'9". If I was like 6'5" and, you know, built like a freaking Titan, then sure. But I'm a few inches away from being a manlet, so some would argue that 5'9" is manlet territory. All right, wind it down on our timer. So do one more set. Then we're going to set up the bench. We'll do some single leg squats. Get a heavy kettlebell, put it in the rack. Sweat. See what I did last time. Did single leg deadlift last session, last lower body. Single leg squat, I did 20 kilos. So let's do 24. Let's see what we can do. All right, there's the clock. 3 minutes is up. All right, AMRAP set with 315. No idea what I'm going to get here. I would say I need to get at least 6. If I get 6, I would be happy. But I think we can do better than that. All right, here we go. Lightweight. Easy. Come on. Baby weight. Come on. Easy. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, come on. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Come on. 11, 12. Yeah. Woo! What is up, PL? 315 for 13 reps. Not bad. Holy fuck. It tastes like batteries. Got that acetone flooding my mouth. All right. That's it for Jefferson's. I'm just going to roll this out of the way. I'll load it later. All right. So now we're going to do some single leg squats. Whew. Hello, PL. Who is PL? Have we met? All right. So we got 24 kilograms. About 50 something, 52, 53 pounds. Man, I'm still feeling it from the AMRAP. Let me pull a little further forward so you can see me. Just like the Jefferson Deadlift, there's an entire video on my channel where I go into depth about this lift. Putting on weight when trying to gain muscle. Yeah, when you're gaining weight, you don't get to pick what kind of weight you gain, right? When you're in a bulk, you're going to gain muscle and you're going to gain fat every time. When you go in a cut, you're going to cut muscle and fat. So unless you're using some sort of like performance enhancing drugs that are going to kind of make you cheat the system, you don't really get to pick how you recomposition for the most part. If you're gaining weight, you're going to get a little chub, you know, still got abs, right? But, you know, just got a little extra chub on there. So that's completely normal. So if gaining weight, if getting fat is like something you're hung up on, if it's something that you really fear, you're just going to have to get over it. If you want to get stronger, if you want to get bigger, you're just going to have to gain muscle and fat. So, hey, what's up, Larry? It's been a while. We need to catch up, bro. There's been a lot going on. All right. I'm going to hit my single leg squat real quick. I see you guys commenting. I'll check it in a second. We'll get the other side. Whew. And then we'll address your questions. 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9 more. All right. I'm telling you guys, unilateral training is the key to injury prevention. It's the best way to find out where your weak points are and to strengthen them. So you notice there was one rep there where I came up and I started firing from my abductors. That's what I'm talking about. Your weak points are going to kind of get hit a lot more. Who? All right. I'll get back to you in a second there, David. Oh, okay. PL's already talking to you. Yeah, that's not a thing, David. You can't really, when you're in a caloric surplus, you're just gaining weight, right? If you're not training at all, it's going to be all fat. If you are training, it's going to be a combination of fat and muscle. So, oh, wow. You have 20, I'm sorry. You're right. I didn't realize you had 20K followers on Twitter. Oh, I don't care. Bring your friends too. I mean, you're not going to bother me. No, it's not really a thing, bro. I don't know. I mean, like BMI wise, I'm probably obese, but I mean, I don't know, probably at about 13 or 14%. Okay. Well, yeah, sure. I appreciate the compliment. Are you saying I'm sexy? I'm a beefcake? Isn't that like a term of endearment? 20K followers on OnlyFans. Oh, okay. A professional shit talker. It's okay, David. Your life will get better. In the meantime, pretend to feel okay. Do what you gotta do. Go around insulting people to make yourself feel better. All right. 10 there, 10 on the other side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Woo! He's a hunk, isn't he? My stiff weightlifting? Yeah, what's wrong, David? You want to talk about something? You want to talk about it? You want to get into your childhood? What led you here, David? I put a dislike on your video. I disliked your video, which is actually promoting you through the algorithm. Fucking retard. People don't know that. Likes, when you like a YouTube channel, it gets a boost. When you dislike a YouTube channel, it gets a boost. It gets a boost. You're telling YouTube that I'm controversial. So feel free. Dislike. Like, whichever you choose. It's been a while since I've had an entertaining troll in here. Did somebody ban him? I don't think I have any. I don't think I made any mods yet. I wonder how old this guy is. Poor guy. Yes. When you dislike and leave comments, you push me up. So go for it, bro. Give me a boost. I could use it. Leafy, that's a name I haven't heard in a long time though. Leafy is here. I thought he got like, I don't know, I saw like the iDub stuff forever ago. I figured he was done. I'm a football pundit. Really? So you work for Sky Sports and you go between different people's YouTube channels and call them fat. Oh, true. He's back. I know he got really hurt over the jaw kind of missing. I know Leafy has a very weak jaw. You're invited on their panel? Why? What do you do? I don't know what you're talking about, bro. Trying to get stronger. I could not gain another ounce of strength from where I'm at, and I would be perfectly happy. To be honest, I'll settle for my 585 deadlift and my 675 trap bar deadlift. Okay. So why are you so mad then? You run a podcast about fantasy football. So why are you trying to pick on people? Just go back to playing D&D, or I mean fantasy football, and let other people live. I'd rather you be picking on me, though, than somebody who would actually be sensitive to it. Woo! All right. That's it for a single leg squat. Barbell and 2 plates. Good shit, that's a good start. It's a real good start. Where did you manage to find a barbell? I have not been seeing anything in stock around here. That's cute, David. Okay. You watch one video of me lifting, and all of a sudden you know all of my strengths and weaknesses. Yeah. You know, you would run circles around me because apparently I never do cardio, right? You tune into every single training session I've ever done. Yeah, I'm really not stiff. I'm actually pretty flexible. Pretty flexible. I don't know. Pretty flexible. Not that stiff. I think you're just making shit up, David. It's almost like you don't know who I am. Yeah, just doing empty bar high rep. If I can't do it, lift it with a plate. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be your only option. Another thing you could do is just lift the plate on it. Well, first of all, what kind of plates did you get? Did you get 45s that have handles, or are they smooth plates? So if you got handles, then there's a lot you can do there. So put your, yeah, I'm stiff. Oh, okay. Sure. Anything else? Too much leg. You got me figured out, David. I don't know how you've managed to follow me around, but you really got me this time, man. I don't know what to say.
I just looked that guy up and he's like a fucking string bean ass soy boy bitch.
My girlfriend says you're a string bean ass soy boy bitch.
And he's a ginger, so he's fucking mad at it.
He's a what?
He's ginger.
Oh, that's why you're so mad. You're a ginger.
Fucking string beanie soy boy.
Poor guy. I bet you wish that you just had the ginger beard. Poor little ginger boy. You get fucked with a lot, don't you? For all that red. I do too, except unlike you, words don't hurt me. Somebody hurt you though, David. Somebody hurt you real bad. I can smell your weakness. It's delicious. Good luck with your podcast though, for real. I'm sure you got a ton of fans. Just doing a little deadlift hold with some 20-pound kettlebells. Oh, we are going. Lay off the roids. Bro, if you think I'm on steroids, girlfriend is probably obese. She might be a whale. You're just trying to fucking sneak a peek. Go to her YouTube channel. You want to see what she looks like. Sun Bear Glasscraft. Oh, so you guys are friends, huh? You got your buddy in here? Just a couple of guys who were ignored as babies. Hey, at least like I don't care. It's entertaining. Is this you guys came from Twitter? I mean that it does explain. It explains a few things. Twitter Ginger and his sidekick, one of his fantasy football fans, coming to a random small fitness channel, trying to get a rise. But yeah, I mean, you guys did convince me to, I should probably get a moderator. Just because you guys are annoying. Not me, you're just annoying everybody else. Lift her up, bro. Is she stranded? Poor little guy. I really do feel bad for you, David. I know you think I'm trying to be condescending. The people who talk like you do not live happy lives. And it's pretty sad. It's all right. I know what it's like to get picked on for your red hair. There you go. Mark Southerns, is this the guy you want me to abuse? Well, I mean, you guys are kind of funny, but you know, I don't want to have to get all you guys banned from YouTube for targeted harassment, but I mean, if you keep annoying me, I will. Get some more in here. Let's just ban as many as we can. Let's get it over with. Put out a big tweet, Mr. Sports Guy. Get all your fantasy football D&D LARPers in here from Twitter. Most wretched website on the internet. Surprised there's even people watching me right now. I'm just holding kettlebells. There's really nothing entertaining about this. Your fitness question. I don't think I could possibly help David with any questions that he has. That's going to require a shrink. Maybe a mushroom trip. Something introspective. Holy shit, my entire life does suck. I'm living a lie. I troll people because I'm insecure and everything sucks. And it's the only way I can feel pleasure. Yeah, well, I mean, like I said, it sounds like Dave is a pretty accomplished guy. He runs a podcast. He does some successful fantasy sport stuff. I mean, I don't really see the point in attacking people for no reason. Have I ever had shin splints? Yes, I did have shin splints. When I joined the military, I was not used to running long distances. I didn't even train for the military. I just basically joined, hoping that my body would just get into shape along the way. But in the first few weeks, I had really, really bad shin splints. I had to take ibuprofen. And yeah, I just had to suck it up and keep running because it was the Army and that's just what they fucking do. But yeah, they suck. They're very painful. Okay, you can see this. Best way to increase runtime, well, first thing would be to track everything. Let's see what PL had to say. Yeah, it's what I mean. It's like it's kind of a subtopic, the Q&A thing, but I'm just mostly here to hang out until my next client comes in. Oh yeah, for sure. Sorry, how to increase your run time. So yeah, so like I said, tracking it is going to be the first step. One of the things that I did, and it was pretty hard for me to increase my run time because I naturally am heavier. I have more dense bones, and so you know, I weigh absurdly more than I look like I should. Even when I'm really skinny, I'm still like 170. And yeah, it's because I'm more dense. So anyway, what I did was something called 30-60. So in other words, you would treat your run times, or basically you would do hit circuits in a run. So you know, find yourself a nice little trek, walk for 60 seconds, and then give it everything you got for 30 seconds. Walk for 60, give it everything you got for 30. You alternate between those, and let's say you know you're just starting out. You know, maybe do that like 5 times. You know, write everything down, track it, see how many laps you made, and then what you want to do the next time you go for a run is you want to add another 30-60, right? So if you start off doing 5 30-second intervals with 60-second rests, then on the next one you would do 6, and then 7. And then you can start playing with the rest intervals too. So, you know, you could do 30 seconds of running, 30 seconds of resting, or 45 seconds of resting. So basically, you want to track your baseline and then continuously improve upon that as often as you can. So I hope that answered your question. I think your question was pretty far up there. Yeah, he's trying. I don't really know what he's doing. Is it possible to tell your deadlifting potential? Like just like at a glance? Not really. I mean, if you have longer legs, you know, you're going to have to work with a larger range of motion. However, you know, if you're more stout, if you're closer to the ground, obviously it's going to be easier to lift more weight. So yeah, really it all depends on your proportions, your genetics. Yeah, so. Oh, I appreciate it, Nick. Thank you very much. And hopefully I'll see you in the future. I'll see you, well, I'll be up on probably Saturday. I'll be streaming again. Hopefully it won't be smoldering hot outside. It's pretty shitty today. It's like 90, 95 or so in Tampa. So of course we have like 100% fucking humidity too. From Olympic lifts, or is it better to do high rep traditional lifts? And then let me see Nick's. Yeah, thanks Nick. PL Olympic lifts. I find, honestly, I think that you would build more mass from the power lifts than the Olympic lifts. The Olympic lifts are going to be better if you're trying for more athletic carryover. Like if you were, I don't know, like you know, if you train in fighting or wrestling or, you know, whatever your sport is, if you're involved with some sort of athletic sport, Olympic lifting will most likely, as a blanket statement, kind of carry over more. Okay, I'll let the camera turn off for a second. But yeah, traditional lifts like doing curls and bench press and stuff. I mean, that's all good for like hypertrophy, for like looking bigger and building muscle. It just depends on the sport though. So I would kind of have to talk to you offline, find out exactly what you're doing, and you know, we'll progress from there. It's all good, BMO. This isn't the first time this has happened. I'm training to improve jiu-jitsu, so I was thinking incorporating power cleans. Power cleans would be very good. Power cleans, what I did at the start of this workout, Jefferson Deadlifts are going to have a really good carryover. We talk about it, you know, what does your fighting stance look like in jiu-jitsu, right? Down here. Or if you're a fighter, you're more upright. But either way, you have a staggered stance like this, right? So what I recommend the most for fighter types for best carryover would be the Jefferson Deadlift, what I did at the very beginning of this workout. So the Jefferson Deadlift is a deadlift where you have the bar between your legs, and I have a full tutorial, it's a few videos back. But it's between your legs, so you're basically lifting in your fighting stance, so you're building power using a similar stance that you would in fighting. So I would say Jefferson Deadlifts, your power cleans are going to be good for explosiveness, you know, especially like with your shoots, your takedowns, you know, sprints, box jumps. If you don't have any weight equipment to work with, you could do sprints and box jumps for like plyometric explosive strength. You can build some posterior chain explosiveness that way. So, you also want to look better? Well then, yeah, I mean, like, do a little hypertrophy stuff in there too. I mean, it's not going to kill you. You know, doing a few sets of curls at the end of your workout, or you know, doing some flies or some front raises. It's not going to kill you. In the beginning of this video, I was talking a lot about maximum recoverable volume. So as long as you're staying in that sort of sweet spot, as long as you're able to recover and the damage that you're doing isn't really affecting you in your sport. For a while, you know, when I was doing jiu-jitsu, I was also powerlifting, and to believe it or not, those are two things that you really don't want to combine. And I learned that the hard way. So basically, from doing max effort lifting a lot, you know, my connective tissue, my ligaments were a little bit weaker. So when I was rolling around with the team, I got put in an arm bar. You know, I don't even think that it was hyperextended. It may have been very slightly hyperextended, but it was just enough to cause a little tear in my extensor ligament. So just make sure that if you are weight training to supplement a sport, that you're not doing so much that, you know, in other words, you're not breaking down your muscles so much that you're setting yourself up for injury, you know, once you get back into training or practice. So just make sure that you can manage that. I just have been not even looking. Okay, cool. I've never done the Jefferson Deadlift. Yeah, I've got a tutorial up. I think it's like 2 or 3 videos back if you want to check it out. There's probably a lot of other channels on YouTube where they've talked about it in depth too. So I know Bugenhagen is really big into the Jeffersons. And Bugenhagen, I don't know if you know who Eric Bugenhagen is, but he's sort of, he's not WWE, but he's like minor leagues. I think it's called like Next or something like that. But he's in like the minor leagues of WWE. And he focuses very heavily on the Jefferson Deadlift, the trap bar deadlift, the hack squat. So in other words, the behind the back deadlift. I don't know if you watch Alpha Destiny or any of those other channels that swear by the hack squat deadlift. But that's a good one too. He's weak there. I could do a Brazilian takedown. You're fucking stupid. That's not even a thing. Balance is obviously key. But which muscles do you think are the most important to work out? I probably don't do enough for. Yeah, if you think that you're not doing enough of one thing, then you're probably not, for one. Balance is key. So that's a very good point. And I put a very heavy emphasis into balance and posture. Here, I'm going to get myself a little bench here. I'll talk to you directly with the mic. Put it back on directional mode. Okay. So if you couldn't tell, I'm done my workout. But I'll stay for as long as you guys want a Q&A for. So to answer your questions, once you're not working out enough, most people aren't working specifically the anterior part of their core enough, right? You know, we do a lot of sitting. It's just part of living in the West. It's part of being an American. We just naturally do a lot of sitting. And I'm working on a video on it right now. I actually have all the footage. I just need to piece it together and edit it. But sitting causes a lot of muscular imbalances, not only in your core, but in your hips. And once you end up, and in your upper back too, but once you end up compromised, if you end up with an imbalance pretty much anywhere, you're setting yourself up. You're really setting yourself up for injury. So that being said, we do a lot of sitting, right? So we think of sitting at a desk from like writing, or if I'm on a computer, right? My front deltoids are engaged, right? These are flexed right now, right? And this is a problem with barbers too, or anybody that styles hair, right? Their front deltoids, they're engaged all the time, and the rear deltoids and the traps are lengthened. And they spend hours like that every day. And what that causes over time is spinal kyphosis, which is where your upper back starts to round. If you've ever seen anybody that walks around kind of like this, that's the sort of imbalance that I'm talking about here. Sitting in front of your computer, it's being slouched for too much time, over time, will lead to a sort of a, not a permanent imbalance, but you're gonna start noticing that things are off. So definitely work your upper back, right? Because your front muscles are engaged a whole lot while you're sitting, you wanna work the opposite muscles. So you wanna do rear delt flies, you wanna do different types of rows, single arm rows, T-bar rows, pen lay rows, Yates rows, mid rows, lat pull downs. You want to strengthen all of the posterior muscles since your anterior muscles are so tight, right? The other thing that tends to happen when you sit too much is the muscles in your lower back get lengthened, right? You think about sitting, these are all lengthened down here, while everything up here is tight, right? The hip flexors are tight and the abs are tight. So obviously we need to do work on our lower backs to counter that. And then for our hip flexors, we want to make sure we're stretching them out. We're keeping them loose, right? So a good hip flexor stretch, we get one knee on the ground, other foot forward, pull yourself into it, and you should feel it just below your abdominals, right above your quad, that little strip of muscle. You want to stretch that out. Now if you get to here and it's not super tight, and you're not really feeling much, what you can do is lift the arm on the side that you're lunging and bring it in. That way you can get a deeper stretch out of your hip flexors. So yeah, so balance is key, and it's normal with Americans to kind of have shitty posture and balance. So Brazilian wax, I think he got bored. I don't know. Interesting. I found your channel through a comment left on a PewDiePie video. Recommended playing video games to improve your reflexes. Yeah. Yeah, and somebody actually argued with me in PewDiePie's chat, and thank you. Appreciate it. And I had a couple people be like, "That's not true. You're lying." I'm not lying. There's several studies to back it up. And if you look in the comment thread, I replied to it with one of the studies that shows that it does improve hand-to-eye coordination and reflex time. Now, you know, playing Call of Duty or Counter-Strike, whatever, you know, it's gonna improve your hand-to-eye coordination a little tiny bit. That's pretty much what every study that I've looked at has shown is a very little change. You will see a positive change, but it's very slight. But if you want to use it as an excuse to kind of play more games, then, you know, is what it is. Yeah, that is. I think a lot of people, when they saw my comment on PewDiePie's video, I think they assumed that I was like trolling or something. Like, I don't know, but No, there's actual science behind video games carrying over into wrestling. And the one study that I posted was actually college football players. They did notice an increase of their hand-to-eye coordination and reflex speed from just playing video games. So stomach and lower back. I mean, do you have like an issue that you're dealing with? Is this some kind of like therapy? You have like some kind of chronic pain that you're trying to get over, or? But good home workout. I'm a huge fan of planks, and not just vanilla planks. There's so many different types of planks that you can do. For example, you can get down on your forearms, right? And you can just do a vanilla plank for time. So if you're doing that, track your time, try to progress, every time you do it. So you can do that. You could do shoulder taps. So you get down on your forearm plank, come up, tap one shoulder at a time. So you're going to kind of work the anti-rotation muscles in your core, so the transverse muscles in your core. So you can do shoulder taps. You can go from a forearm plank up to a hand plank and back down. You can do that for reps. You can plank on your hands, grab an object, pull it underneath and pull it out. Get back in your plank, pull it underneath and pull it out. What did I miss? There's reverse planks where you do it the other way. And then rotation planks where you do that each way. So planks, if that didn't answer your question, that's it. Planks are one of my favorite core exercises. Chronic lower back pain. So yes, pain near the spine. So Larry, you are experiencing exactly what I was talking about. You're sitting too much, which is fine. We're all sitting too much. I'm sitting too much too. It's part of living in the West. It's part of living comfortable. So if you have lower back pain near the spine, what that's telling me is your psoas is most likely tight. That's PSOAS. I think that's how you spell it. So the psoas muscle is usually the first one to get affected from bad posture, specifically from sitting too much. So if you are doing core work, you don't want to work the psoas. So you don't want to do reverse crunches. You don't want to do flutter kicks because that's going to irritate the psoas. The flutter kick, not only works a bunch of muscles in your anterior core, so the front part of your core, it's also working your posterior core too. You're hitting your psoas a little bit. So don't want to irritate it. And the number one thing I would recommend for psoas pain is the plank. The plank is very good. As a matter of fact, if you're having a flare-up, just getting down into a plank will go a long way in relieving that tension. So yeah, planks definitely number one for home workouts. If you have an ab wheel, ab roller, you can even do it with a barbell. I love barbell rollouts. It's one of my favorite exercises. Basically, you roll it out like an ab wheel, and then you pull it back in. So yeah. So you want to do planks and different variations of planks to relieve that. Another thing you're going to want to do, I don't even know if you're still here, but I'm just going to keep throwing stuff at you. If you have a lacrosse ball, so you're going to need something to sort of do deep tissue work with. So a lacrosse ball, a baseball. Okay, cool. So you need some sort of a ball to do deep tissue work with. So hold on one second. I'm going to show you exactly what to do. Okay. All right. So we got a lacrosse ball. So these are cheap. I got these from Dick's Sporting Goods. I got like a 6-pack of them for like $12 or something like that. I like lacrosse balls more than any other ball for fascia release because there's a little bit of give to it. There's a little tiny bit of squishiness, but it's just hard enough to really dig in there. Okay? So what you want to do is get your lacrosse ball or your baseball or your other sort of hard object. You want to get it up against the wall. Then you want to sit down into it, right? So that tight part on your lower back, I'm going to show you exactly what we're hitting. So we're getting right here. We're going to roll it just above your butt, that chunk of muscle up there, that's gluteus medius. So you want to hit both sides of your gluteus medius, but you do not want to hit your spine, okay? So avoid your spine, but just kind of use the little crossball to roll out both sides of your lower back, sort of relieve a little tension. It might also help if you take the lacrosse ball and put it in your hip flexor, which is kind of right above your quadricep and just below your abs. So this little chunk of muscle right here, you want to dig the lacrosse ball in there, because with sitting, your hip flexors get shorter from sitting too much, right? Basically, you've been sitting for so long that your muscles start to deform. You start to become like misshapen. So, you know, hitting the hip flexors is going to be important too. Stretching them, so getting one knee on the ground, pulling yourself forward, so stretching the hip flexors, and then doing a sort of a deep tissue fascia release on the hip flexors will go a long way in helping you out with those lower back issues. I do have a degree. I'm really thirsty. I used to have an ACE certification, and now I have an IFA. It's just like the bare minimum that I need to call myself certified. Just so I don't want to have to pay, you know, hundreds of dollars every couple years just to prove that I don't know. Like, I've already proven myself. Like, if you don't think that I know enough, then you just don't think that I know enough. But this is something I've been very passionately into and researching pretty much nonstop since about 2011 or so, when I got really serious with strength training. So about 9 years ago. And yeah, I did get my degree. It's not a kinesiology. I got a liberal arts degree, but the reason why is because bull strength is mine. You know, I'm running my own business, so I don't need to prove to somebody that I have kinesiology or whatever. Basically what I did was I went to college. I took my general electives, all the bullshit that I had to take, and then I took nothing but entrepreneurship and business classes, and then physical fitness, weightlifting, yoga, nutrition classes. I mean, I went all in with sort of fitness and with business, and of course, it didn't translate into either degree. So actually, if I did business calc, I would have a business degree. That's literally the only class I'm missing. So, and yeah, I'm glad I could help there. Malkin Kondo. Sorry if I butchered your name there. Yeah, no problem, Larry. Glad I could help. I'm a libtard. No. Why do you think I'm a libtard? I'm not a libtard. But yeah, so that's basically what I did. I went to school, because of the liberal arts degree. I get it. You got jokes. Finance degree. Yeah, I think I'm good with like the business side and the numbers and all that stuff. You know, I took all my economics classes and all that crap. Like I said, like business calc is the only thing I'm missing for a business degree. And then on the kinesiology side, you know, I would have actually had to have been in the exercise science program to even really be considered for kinesiology. So I took a handful of physical fitness classes, but not nearly enough to get a degree. So miss our political talks. Yeah, man, it's getting crazy. I don't want to have them on live stream because I'm not trying to get demonetized. But yeah. like I said, I was doing a test stream before this, literally live streamed a private video to nobody, just seeing if the new laptop was working, and I got demonetized. I got demonetized in a private stream. I don't even know what I said. I know I mentioned something that may have triggered like the auto sensors or whatever, but I didn't say anything negative. So I think I said the wrong keywords. I'll say I said the wrong 3 letters. And it got me demonetized, like instantly. It's insane. Just chill out, YouTube. Trying to make money here. People are starving and shit. Fucking stop taking people's money away. Being assholes. Oh yeah, they're listening all the time. They are listening all the time. That's why I've been phasing out Google services. YouTube is really the only thing left that I use. And of course, Chrome makes YouTube streaming easier, but I prefer to use Opera. Even though Opera is not as good of a browser, if you use Opera, Privacy Badger, and like a VPN, you should be pretty much good. But yeah, it's annoying. I wish they would. They need to have some kind of law. Like right now, it's illegal. Like corporate espionage is illegal. It's illegal for a business to send agents or to plant listening devices to spy on another business. That's illegal. It's illegal for the government to spy on citizens. Technically, I know about Patriot Act and stuff, but technically it's illegal. But there's no law preventing businesses from spying on consumers. Like there's laws that prevent spying from all directions, except that direction. Like it's like free reign. You can do whatever you want. If you're a corporation, you can, and I don't know. Like it just doesn't seem right to me. Why haven't they freaking closed that down? Brave browser, I've heard good things. Yes, I do have a BitChute channel. If you do want to, what's he? How do you know that? How do you know he is a YouTube employee? Brave and DuckDuckGo. DuckDuckGo, yeah, I use DuckDuckGo for all my searching. Unless it's like every once in a while, DuckDuckGo will just like not understand what you're trying to say, and I'll have to use Google. But for the most part, DuckDuckGo is pretty good. You heading out? Okay. See you in a minute. I know.
It's like, fuck you, stalk me on the internet.
They called you fat and all kinds of shit. Mean. Picking on. If you only knew how sweet Rachel was. All right, he's an employee. He's enough of an asshole to be a oh. Where did that guy come from? Did somebody share my video on Twitter or something? Oh, they're paying crypto. I don't have any kind of crypto anything. Bye, fiance. All right. Man, we've been up for an hour and a half. I'm digging it though. I miss these streams. We used to do these all the time until my last laptop broke. But yeah, we're gonna start doing these regularly again. I'm thinking Saturdays, since most people will have off. You'll be able to tune in. So yeah, maybe we'll start doing a live stream every Saturday. I'll do a workout. We'll do a Q&A. We'll just kind of hang out, shoot the shit. I am going to need a mod for next time. This moron tried to brigade us, but you're not really going to affect me. I don't know. You're not going to hurt my feelings. It's funny how a lot of these Zoomers think that all people think like Zoomers. Like, no, we don't all get offended over every little thing. It's so annoying. Yeah, what the hell? He like tried to unleash a little army. That's not the first live stream where that's happened though. I had a live stream a few months ago where somebody, I think it was a Discord raid, but I ended up with like tons and tons of people. I mean, there's probably like 40 people in the chat that were just spamming, and they were saying all kinds of racist shit and talking about like wanting to beat my ass and all this stuff. Like, we'll come find you, whoop your ass. This one dude was actually saying, like, I'm pretty close by, like, basically I'm the next town over, I could just drive over there and kick your ass. And I was like, what, you really though? You want to come kick my ass? I mean, you don't know me at all. You don't know if I'm armed. I mean, we live in Florida. We got castle doctrine and stand your ground. Like, why would you do that? It's not a good idea. Just run up in some stranger's garage. Beat your ass, bitch. That's a good question. I really have no idea. And honestly, most of the streams that I do, like I'll have pretty much anywhere from like 5 to 10 people at any one time. So I don't see why you would specifically want to brigade and attack me. You know, I don't think I mean, maybe they're Mark Ripto fans. Or like Joe Rogan fans, I don't know. Donald Trump Jr., who else have I kind of poked fun at? Maybe they're Alex Jones. No, I didn't see anything bad about Alex Jones. Who knows? It's honestly a waste of time even trying to figure it out. People are there's just a lot of insecure people that get off on putting other people down. You know how I know that? Because that used to be me when I was a kid. I used to fuck with people. I used to do all that fucking trolling bullshit when I was younger. Why did I do it? Because I didn't fucking like myself. So that's how when I see people like that, I'm just like, oh man, I know exactly where you're at with your mindset, and you need to unfuck yourself, bro. It's not good. Putting people down, picking on people, just to make yourself feel better. Very weak behavior. How do I clean my barbell? Hold on, got a few to catch up on. Missed the hurricane? Yeah, it missed by, it went straight up the East Coast, so we lucked out. Right now it's about 95 degrees and it feels like I'm inside of a cloud. So extremely high humidity. All right, let's go down these comments one at a time. Why are they reading you? Yeah, go after them friggin' titty streamers. Do those people even get rated? Like, you know, thoughts equals simps equals easy money for Twitch. Twitch thoughts equals Pornhub Lite. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's kind of creepy too, because there's like nothing but actual kids on there, but. Clean the barbell. Okay, so I think I have two different questions here. Both of you are asking how I clean the barbell, but I think you're both asking different things. So if you're asking what I just did, this is a wash rag that is soaked in WD-40. So I keep WD-40 in the gym, especially because I live in Florida and I'm like kind of outside a little bit. It gets really, really humid in here. And if there's any amount of chalk on the equipment, it's going to rust because chalk attracts water. So I take this rag, I have a can of WD-40 over here, and I just put a little squirt on it, and I just go over it, make sure there's no chalk in the knurling, especially in these in the rough parts. So I take this little brush here, and I just make sure that most of the chalk is gone. Then I take the WD-40 cloth, and I kind of run it up and down. So I like this. This has managed to stay in pretty good shape, but I mean, I literally live in a damn swamp, so everything is going to eventually rust here in Florida. So, all right, how do you clean the barbell? Don't you have to start with a deadlift stance? Yeah, we're talking about two different cleans there. So, my understanding is you go a little bit wider. Like when I do a conventional deadlift, I'm usually very narrow. I'm pretty sure I pull 585 from this stance right here. So right there. A clean, I would go a little tiny bit wider, but not a whole lot. But honestly, I just want to put it out there. I know you guys have said in the chat, like, sounds like you know a lot of stuff. When it comes to Olympic weightlifting, I don't really know much. It's not a sport that I've really gotten into. I'm just generally not into Olympic weightlifting. So, I mean, I can tell you how to do things, but if you want a really technical answer about Olympic style stuff, you know, I would check out another channel for that. I hate to push my people somewhere else, but yeah, Olympic lifting is just something I've never really gotten that into. So I've done powerlifting, I've done strongman, jiu-jitsu, but Ollie's just, I don't know, it's never really been a thing for me. Okay, Twitch thoughts, lots of mods. Yeah, that's the thing. The mods are crazy on Twitch. And I'm not going to say anything, but I'm sure we all know who's modding at Twitch. Not the best people, we'll say. It's women preying on weak men. Oh, physically clean it. Yeah, physically clean it. Yeah, WD-40. You don't want a whole shitload. Obviously, you don't want it to be too slick. You just want to get a nice little coat on there. And if you do feel a little leftover oil, just kind of go over it with a cloth. So let me get somewhere to sit. We keep hanging out for a little bit. I have a client coming over at 6 o'clock, so I don't have a lot of time left. I got to go eat and prepare for my next client in about a half hour. So we got a little time if you guys want to do some Q&A or shoot the shit. Roll through reverse. You would hear everyone reading. What, a bunch of dick streamers? A bunch of like guys showing their butts? I don't know how that would play out. Aren't there a bunch of dudes on OnlyFans? I had somebody tell me to get on OnlyFans. Like, you should make an OnlyFans account. You got a big juicy butt. I'm like, no, dude. It goes on the internet. It's on the internet forever. I'm not putting my butt on the internet for a few dollars. Oh, God. I'm not even going to mention the name that you just mentioned. It's like a lightning rod. Right. I live in California, and the humidity is really low. If you leave it outside in the sun, it's most likely it's just not going to be a good idea. I would at least have a tarp, some kind of shade or something to put over it. I wouldn't just leave it completely exposed, though. I mean, it would be all right for a while, but eventually it's going to rust. You live in like Northern California? I've only been to San Diego. And that was on my way to Yuma. I was doing flight testing out there. All right, let's see. I was joking. I had that problem. Oh, yeah. So, yep, that's how to clean your barbell physically. talking about doing it with the correct Olympic form. I don't know. Go hit up Alan Thrall or somebody that actually does that. I've never done Tough Mudder. I kind of always wanted to, either a Tough Mudder or like a Warrior Dash or Girlfriend Sound, something like that. One of those like races, crazy obstacle races. Just looks like fun. But I mean, I guess we're not going to have anything like that for a while. I mean, hopefully all this C-word stuff dies down, and we can actually resume life as normal and start, doing competitions and stuff. So yeah, no Tough Mudder, nothing like that. Titty streamers are the devil. It's not the most honorable way to get money. Showing your tits off to a bunch of 7 and 8-year-olds. Probably not the most honorable way to make a buck. But yeah, that guy, I'm not going to mention that guy. That guy is going to get depersoned from every corner of the internet one day. OnlyFans, it's too funny. Yeah, I don't know. Even Rachel mentioned it. Like, you should make an OnlyFans account. It's like, nah. What if I do become like a successful, fitness YouTuber, and then they dig back into my past and they find a bunch of dick pics and gross stuff. Just like Kali Muscle. Kali Muscle is the big bodybuilder dude. Kali Muscle is also known as Chuck Basher because Kali Muscle did a bunch of gay for pay. So I don't want to be that guy. I'm not that desperate. Yeah, tarp would be better than nothing. Central Valley. I'm not really too familiar with Cali. San Diego is beautiful. The drive from Yuma to San Diego is very nice too. It's like you're passing through several different countries. It's pretty neat. You go from like beach, to tropical, to desert, to mountains. And then by the time you get out to Yuma, you're literally in Tatooine. That's where they filmed. Certain, I think some of Tatooine was formed at Yuma, and the rest of it was filmed in Tunisia, in Africa. Okay. People are actually chatting where I have to scroll up now. Late evening. Let's see. Girlfriend wants to make you. Hey, she mentioned it. Yeah, I think she's just joking. I think she's just joking. I can't actually see. Who the hell is this guy? It's more like, fuck it. If they can be thoughts, you might as well show a little neck on the internet. There is absolutely no way. I would never ever want that to come back on me. I don't think I would be cool with just putting my butthole out there anyway. It could come back to haunt me. PA is hot and muggy. Oh man, that's terrible. 90%, 90 degrees. You're pretty much feeling what we're feeling, man. Rachel. No, that's not gonna happen. I'm good. I'm not showing my dick off for OnlyFans. It's just not gonna happen. Okay, who are you there, safe bag? I don't sell equipment or diet plans. So I think you're on the wrong channel there, kiddo. Seems like you got a lot of issues though, bro. You might need a friend in your life. What is with these people that come in and just like start being really mean? It's weird. I've done, like I said, I've done a lot of these streams, and I've never had this many trolls. Except for the one time where they just flooded in, but other than that, like, I've not experienced this. Maybe pay for equipment, diet plans, and workout tutorials, and he never gave it. I mean, why, like, I don't understand. Are you trying to get banned from YouTube? You know how easy it is? I don't know. Yeah, it's small brain. It's more like small confidence. You know, that's why it doesn't make me angry. It literally just makes me feel bad for the person. I'm not trying to be condescending. I know where you're at. When you like, all the pleasure that you get in life is from picking on people, I know where you're at. And it's not a good place. So yeah, more than anything else, I just feel bad for the people. It sucks that whatever happened to you happened. It sucks. But you shouldn't take it out on other people. Very weird. Starting random fights. People you don't know. Yeah. Yeah. They'll come to the stream, say their whatever, put their little dislike on the video, which just pushes me up in the algorithm. So, I mean, it's a win-win. If you want to come and talk shit and dislike the video, I appreciate the support. I actually do. All right. Yeah, people. It's mostly insecure people that do that kind of shit. But anyway, it's almost been 2 hours of streaming. I've had a good time. It's pretty eventful stream. We had some crazy people come in the chat. Mobs from Twitter. I guess it's better than mobs from Discord. But yeah. I know that guy was like so cringe. I think I know what I'm talking about, bro. I have 20,000 Twitter followers. And then one of his little followers was like, even though who you're talking to, this guy wrote a book. What? Okay. Good for you. I have a YouTube channel. You write books. It's very, very odd. That dude's got some weird shit. I kind of want to look at his profile. Can I do it? Is there a way to pop it out? Or remove? I could hide him. Yeah, I'm going to have to do something in the chat here. Has 12 reviews. Oh. It's all good, PL. Just hang in there. That's pretty good for Telegram. Alt Tech, there's not a lot of people using Alt Tech right now, except like Sticks fans. Not a lot of people on the Alt Tech sites. I do have a DLive site, page, whatever, Full Strength. If you look on DLive, Full Strength. Eventually, I want to have it where I'm multi-streaming to multiple websites at once. But yeah, I got to get that set up. I just wanted to, I was excited. I finally got the laptop replaced, and now we can do these live streams again. And yeah, just wanted to get something up, make people aware that I'm back. And then I'm going to be streaming regularly again, probably once a week, most likely on Saturdays. So I'll give you guys a heads up. Does he have 12 reviews, or is it 5 stars? Does he have perfect? Telegram's like a Twitter, I think. Isn't like Twitter a Gab, like a Twitter alternative? There's so many alt text sites. There's like Parler and BitChute, Library, Minds. Need to get everybody on the same page. Yeah, half of them are probably from him. This is the best book I ever read. I made a killing in fantasy football from reading this book. Huh. Okay, actually, I don't know anything about WhatsApp at all. I do see in my TubeBuddy analytics that I get a lot of shares on WhatsApp, but I have no idea what it even is. Chat groups. So it's like Kick, like one of those like messenger type things. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Broadcast channel. All right. So it's been about 2 hours. I'm gonna go start setting up for my next client. Thank you for tuning in. If you're subscribed, I appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video. And yeah, I'll probably have a live stream up on Saturday. I'll have some kind of video up in the next week. And yeah, we'll figure out this chat situation. It'll be a lot cleaner next time. All right? No problem. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for all your questions and for interacting. And for shouting down those ridiculous trolls. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one, probably on Saturday. Peace out.